What is going on, YouTube? Ryan Rooker here with Scrubs Unite. I figured I'd go ahead and give you guys a new update on the Ghost, Nun, and Haunted Dogwood, I believe the name is. It's the new Ghost Girl, the water attribute one. So, it has the same pitching effect as Maxi, same timing windows, and same rulings effectively. The only difference is instead of drawing cards, you gain life points equal to the attack of the monster summoned. If they don't summon any special summon any monsters to give you life points, or if you don't gain life points this way by them summoning monsters with like 0 attack, like Thousand Eyed Restrict, then your life points get cut in half at the end of the turn. So there's been a lot of hype about this one, and I kind of agree with a lot of it. There have been some actual statements about how it shouldn't add up. OTK decks kind of don't have much trouble going through it. And variant on the hands, I find that reasonable, but as I said to somebody else in the group, I told them that we'd have to see, if the practice matches the math. Because as we know, it comes down to if that's the sequence you have to go in, or which hand you're given effectively, on how effective that mentality actually is. So, going by the theory of it, this card's really good against OTKs, really good against a majority of FTKs. The only thing it doesn't stop is the infinite burn loop with Flare Metal. If this card would have come out last year, I would have said Firewall Dragon could have stayed at 1. Because this right here would have been an answer to the Danger FTK and to a lot of the other FTKs, considering all of them involved something like Cannon Soldier. Something that always had to bring a monster back. At that point, the FTK wouldn't have worked because you would have gained more life points than what Cannon Soldier could have killed off. Now, looking at it for what it is, I feel like it's a lot more potent card than even some players are giving credit to. The ability to devastate OTKs, end FTKs effectively, and have the Maxi effect of putting pressure on your opponent is extremely volatile. Against Rongo, granted Rongo will get hit before this comes out, but let's take into perspective with the modern day meta. Rongo comes out with 3 materials, goes up to 3k on summon, so it's effectively 3k attack. So you'll gain that 3k. You'll gain 24 from the Summon Sorceress. You'll gain Bardite attack. You'll gain Nat Beast's attack. You'll gain Gossip Shadow's attack. And you'll gain the attack of all the materials special summoned in order to make this possible. You're gaining roughly 8 to 10k life points just off the combo, if not more. So, with the potential of gaining so many life points, they now have to do, I'm going to say roughly they give you 10k. It could be more, it could be 12. I haven't done the exact math, but I'm estimating here. Let's say you have that 18k to work with, 18 to 20k. They have to do 18 to 20k to you within 2 turns before Rongo's lockdown effect is offline. So, with that being said, having 2 turns to deal 18k, not many decks can do that aside from maybe Cyber Dragons. But in the case of Rongo, I don't see it being possible. I see them being able to do about 7k, maybe 8k twice. Still leaving you with 3 to 4k, and with the lockdown effect gone, now all you have to deal with is a Nat Beast and a couple beaters. Thunder Dragons. Let's take them for what they are. They are a threat. They've been topping consistently. I say that hitting with Thunder Dragons, you drop it when they go for Avian's effect. Since they majoritarily have to special summon to even get the deck going, aside from Origins. And summoning Origins to make Colossus is a bad play anyway. You don't want to have to do that. So you're giving them Colossus, maybe third Colossus, plus either your summoner, or your summon sorceress. It just depends on the variant you're running and the hand you're given, but you're giving them between 6 to 8,000, maybe 10 if you go for double Colossus. Triple will give them even more, obviously. So you're looking at all of this life point gain, and you're thinking, okay, that's not going to matter because you can't search and I have quick effect pops. But now you have to dig through those turns, and you're going to run low on resources. You have to hope you have the resources to survive, effectively forcing grind games. And if you're against a deck that doesn't have to search consistently, Colossus isn't a big deal. Stuff like Draco, which does more drawing than searching. Stuff like Zephyra or any Pendulum deck that has Electromite can bypass it. Basically, a lot of the Rogue to Tiered 2 decks that can get around searching have an extreme accessibility of using this against Thunder Dragons without any difficulty and winning the match because it turns into a one-sided affair. Sky Striker can usually make Boral Sword and OTK, but this right here even kills that effectively. I drop this against you, seeing that you're playing Sky Striker. You're either going to pass your turn with 3 to 5 back row set, and you're going to have to use your drone token to avoid getting killed, or you're going to end up trying to play through it, giving me 4,500 for your Sky Striker set, or giving me up to 6k with the Boral Sword route, which Boral Sword then wouldn't be able to OTK. Burning Abyss has the same problem. You'll make Dante, which will give me effectively 3k on average. You'll make the Beatrice Curious build, which ends me on 4 to 5k. Maybe 7, granted the materials. All of this is effectively meaning that grind games will be a thing if this card resolves. Yeah, Call By hits it, but that's basically the only thing. People are saying buy out bad reaction to Samochi. If I see someone side decking bad reaction to Samochi in 2019 to combat this hand trap, I won't even be mad. Because anybody that can resolve that against this and just go gung-ho, you've earned it. You've earned it. Because you'll have to go first, set it, play out your board, pass, hope that my crap hope that my crap doesn't pop it, and then activate it and drop that. So you're looking at 2 unsearchable cards effectively, unless you're willing to be that madman and tech in a couple waters and an abyss pike to search it. Be my guest. My Akashi can get it easily. Basically, any zombie deck can get it easily. But are you really willing to spend your resources towards getting that, or are you going to spend it towards the FTK? That's another FTK that can get around it. So you'll probably just try to FTK without having much of a difficulty. Now, in terms of, people are saying, well, the numbers don't add up. Again, it turns into a practice versus theory. A lot of the times the numbers prove to be accurate. But as we've seen with, Sky Striker, the numbers are just there and it works out well in practice. Then you look at Fur Hire, a deck with 6 to 8 normal, extra special summon from hand extenders. You're thinking, well, this should have everything we need. But it doesn't. The numbers are there in theory. But in practice, it still lacks. And it lacks enough to where it makes a big difference. Or, I'm going to quote the Cloudy and Aerosol coming out. Which, if any of you know me, you know I'm hyped about that. It works good in theory. Being able to pitch Eye of the Typhoon, give 8 counters to Turbulence, have 10 monsters to extra link with, if not 11, and being able to play it effectively is a godsend for that deck because it gives them more spazoid text, kind of like the old Fishborg Quasar build. But it's not enough because you now need a way to get to both of these without having any problems. Yeah. Oh, Foolish Burial Goods, Aerosol, Banish, Summon Eye of the Typhoon have a 3k beater. That's good. Yeah, it's good. But, what's it going to do in the latter game state? Nothing. So again, the numbers are there in theory, but they're not in practice. I've tested it with 3 Aerosol, 3 Foolish Burial Goods, and I've gone as far as running Desires for it, trying to dig for it, and banishing smoke balls out the wazoo, and I still can't get it to resolve consistently. With that being said, that proves that theory doesn't always add up to mathematics, because the practice doesn't match. It kind of comes down to basketball in a way, or just about any sport. You have the pieces. You have everything you need. Works amazing in theory, but then you end up having meshes and clashes and other things that overlap that just don't work in practice as well as they do in theory. So now it boils to which way are you willing to run it? Are you willing to risk the practice being subpar and not run this? Or are you willing to stick to your theory that this is actually a capable card in the side, and are you going to try to side it? Me, I believe that the practice will surpass the theory, and this will be a main deck staple. I see this being, I know it's not Max C, because it doesn't give us card advantage. It's a -1 in every sense of the word. But the ability to force grind games puts decks in positions where they're not comfortable. BA can go back to the spell trap card build if they ran this. Because now you run Floodgates, you drop this, you give your opponent you give your opponent the 1 special summon because you chain this to it. And they're going to have to decide, am I going to want to skip and let them activate, and let them hammer me? Or am I going to try to play through it and then get hit with Floodgates? Personally, this has far more application than even I'm giving it credit for in some respects. I'm probably missing something here. I usually do. But that's my theory on it. And I'd like to hear your theory as well. So like, comment, subscribe. Thanks, YouTube.